The pinkest pasta in the world. An easy, spicy beet pasta sauce made creamy with cashews and topped off with crispy, spicy, smoky mushrooms. Thank you for joining me. I'm Catherine, Brian's behind the camera, and this spicy beet pasta is one of our weekly meals. Long before we started this channel, we were making this pasta dish on the regular, so now it's time for us to share it with you. The star of this pink pasta is beetroot, and if you've been following along with us, you know that we love beets, and maybe you've seen our video on beets and how to cook them, and if you have, then you've seen the proof that we put beets in everything, even the most delicious chocolate beet peanut butter smoothie. Watch the video, try the smoothie. It's delicious. But if you are new to cooking with beets and not sure how to use them, they're soft, they're sweet, they're super versatile, and they make the perfect addition to this creamy pasta sauce. This recipe works best using a beet that is already cooked. And we tend to buy 5 or 6 beets every time we shop, bring them home and roast them for 45 to 60 minutes, and then store them in our fridge for quick meals throughout the next couple of weeks. But sometimes life gets a little busy, and maybe you need to buy some beets that are already cooked and that prep work is done. In that case, we kind of had to do that for this video to get it ready in time. You can buy pre-cooked beets. These are ready to go. You can just pop them in your blender and they'll blend down nice and smooth. And these are quite easy for us to find at our local grocery store and our wholesale store. They're usually in a box and then packaged in a pouch like this. Oh, hang on. So funny thing about this recipe, I've noticed that if I use a beet that I've roasted myself, the color of this finished sauce tends to be quite dark, hence pinkest pasta in the world. But if I've used a beet that I have purchased pre-cooked, the color of the sauce is often much lighter. So you might see me toss an extra beet into this pasta sauce when I go to make it, if it's looking a little too Pepto-Bismol pink and not pinkest pasta in the world. But typically, what I use for this recipe is 1 medium beet, half a cup soaked raw cashews, plant milk, vegetable broth, garlic or garlic powder, nutritional yeast, some spice to make it really fun, and some salt and pepper. The only other prep for this pasta sauce, other than starting with a cooked beet, is to soak your cashews. Using raw cashews, soak them either overnight in the fridge in cold water or in boiling water for 15 minutes. And once that's done, you just drain the cashews, add everything to a blender, and your pasta sauce is ready. So you could just enjoy this pasta with the tasty sauce, but we like adding toppings, so let's make some smoky, spicy mushrooms. Preheat your oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Thinly slice 227 grams cremini mushrooms or mushrooms of your choice. Combine 3/4 tablespoons olive oil, 1.5 tablespoon tamari or soy sauce, 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce, or use 1 extra tablespoon tamari, 1 teaspoon liquid smoke, and 1/4 teaspoon red chili flakes. Cover the mushrooms in the sauce, spread the mushrooms on a lined baking sheet, and bake for 18 to 25 minutes until crispy. Different varieties of mushrooms may take more or less time to get nice and crispy, so check them periodically and give them a stir while you cook your pasta and blend your sauce. I've cooked 454 grams penne noodles. My cashews have been soaking in boiling water for 15 minutes, so I've drained that water and am adding half a cup soaked cashews to my blender with 1 medium red beet, half a cup plant milk, half a cup vegetable broth, 3 cloves garlic or about half a teaspoon garlic powder, 3 tablespoons nutritional yeast, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon cayenne pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon salt and pepper. Blend until smooth and then heat up your sauce. Pour it into a saucepan and heat over medium-low, adding more milk or broth if needed. So you saw me sneak an extra beet into this sauce and it's still pretty light pink. So I'm thinking the difference must be that when I cook my beets, I roast them, and the pre-cooked store-bought beets must be boiled or steamed and a little bit of the color leached out of them. Depending on what you use, might just be a little color adventure. And in terms of the milk and broth for this recipe, you can use either one. Milk will make the sauce lighter and it'll taste a little creamier. And broth, I'm actually going to add a little bit extra. You can be really thrifty and use homemade veggie broth. If you haven't seen our video for how to make nearly free vegetable broth using the frozen veggie scraps from the vegetables you've already purchased, check that out. Oh, come here. Guess what?
What?
It's time to eat. Did you catch that little macadamia nut grated Parmesan trick? I might have to play around with it and see if I can season the macadamia nuts to get a bit more of a Parmesan flavor. They're not usually part of our pantry, macadamia nuts, but that's pretty cool. And for the mushroom topping, if you don't have mushrooms, we've made the same sort of smoky topping with Brussels sprouts and even crushed nuts and seeds, so get creative. And 6 servings of this spicy beet pasta with the smoky mushrooms cost us $8.96 to make, roughly $1.50 a serving using our homemade broth, and $9.15 using store-bought broth. So click the link below for this recipe, subscribe for a new video every Sunday at 5, and next Sunday just happens to be Halloween, so get ready for something and someone a little different. Oh, and bring your punch bowl.